Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Scott. Welcome back to One Last Hand. Welcome to Kinfire Chronicles Night's Fall, Ep.5. We are back in Vinna after investigating what went down at the burnt alchemist lab. We we tracked down the people who murdered and burnt the alchemist lab down. They had been ambushed on the road by a giant creature that we managed to defeat. We returned with the one person who was still alive, who was guilty of the tasks, and we returned the notebook to Hoyt of all of the secrets that happen here. Maybe making an ally. However, there was some interesting stuff in there that we probably should have maybe kept for ourselves. So we return to town and we have some city actions to do. We've got 3. And I think from our point of view, one of them has to be to go and rest, because I've got some exhausted cards in our deck. You'll also notice from over here, we've got all of the cards that we unlocked from the rewards of that mission. Plus, we know that there is Luca's T-Wagon over here and Morella's Wares over here. We know that we bought all of the stock here, but Morella's Wares surely's got some interesting stuff. We also have a reasonable amount of money, 12 gold. So I don't know where we go from here. I don't know if we went to the tavern last time. I can't quite recall. It's been a little while since we played. And whether we went to the Lighthouse site or the Kinfire Shrine, I'm not 100% sure. I think we might have gone to the Lighthouse construction, but yes, we did. We went there and we had to turn over a card to see if we were able to do something. Okay. Let's go to Morella's Wares, shall we? So we're going here. Let's zoom in on the map so you can see it. And these are all the stock, I think. Let's just see if there's anything else I'm meant to read. I don't know if there is. V2, here it is. So we have got the Foreller app, but we'll read that when we're getting into something hectic, shall we? The shopkeeper, a tall, thin elf, greets you cheerfully as you enter. I've heard tell of the Seekers, but I've never met any before. She watches you, you intensely as you browse the shelves, stocked with fencing, chicken feed, and sacks of rodent repellent. I cater mostly for the farmers round here, she says, but my husband Jed is a blacksmith. He might have some items that interest you. Morella leads you to the forge out back, where you find a human man with white hair and ropey muscles. She signs to him in a few quick gestures, and he nods to you before uncovering a table to show you his wares. You may shop at Morella's Wares, add it to the Vinna market if you haven't already. See shopping in the town, rule book for further exploration. Your city action is over. Okay, so the items we have this here. So this is telling us what's for sale. Jed's work isn't fancy, but it's reliable. I promise you will never find better weapons to serve you. The items for sale here are a defending blade, 3 coins, a heavy staff, 3 coins, and a loyal arrow, 3 coins. So all of them are going to cost us 3. Once purchased, add these cards to any boost to the Seeker's unused card pool. Swap them into a Seeker's deck using the normal deck building rules. So we have the defending blade. So obviously we've got core or we've got Roland. These potentially could be used for. So it's melee damage. It will get the focus. Some of Jed's best work. This blade will protect you in the battle. After attacking, gain a shield. Okay. And this is a +1 for defense. Okay, we have loyal arrow. This is 3 damage from range. Morella grinned when she sold you this arrow. Just touch a dab of your blood to the fetching and it will always return to you when you call it. After attacking, you may discard any other card to return this card to your hand. And it's got +1 damage on this one. And then finally, we have a heavy staff. The quarterstaff has charm that makes it heavier at the moment of impact. Morella winked. Your enemies won't know what hit them. So this one is 3, gets the focus in melee, and applies a stunned, which is pretty nice. And it allows us to draw an extra card. So we've also got all of these cards. So we've got Blade Storm, we've got Firebolt. A lot of these cards are already in sort of our hands. Some of the cards that are here are just duplicates of the ones we've got. But I think what we'll do is I'll put a pause in here. I'll do some deck building, or at least set them aside. We know we're going to do the deck building when we go rest. So maybe we'll carry on. Do I want to buy any of these things? That is the question. Is there a benefit to buying any of these things? I mean, I'm sure there is, but I'm going to need to work through it. So bear with me. Let me figure out what we're going to buy, what we're going to put into our deck, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we are back, and the only thing I've done is buy the defending blade, which we're going to give to Core when we rest. We're also going to swap in Blade Storm when we do that, but for the time being, we won't do anything there. And we're going to swap one card for Roland, which will be the Shot to the Knee. Basically, we're trying to give people as many status effects as we can. So I think that means I can tidy up all of these other cards. We've got 2 actions left to take. The question is, what are we going to do with them? Okay, so I think we went to the Lighthouse last time and we had to flip a card over. Nothing really happened. I don't know whether we went to the Kinfire Shrine. So let's just see if that card is familiar. We're looking for Q4. Is it familiar? Let's have a read of it and we'll find out if it's familiar. I think it is. I think this is the one that told us that there was a... this is the one that told us there was a stranger, right? Which gave us this quest. So I think our action is going to be to go to the Lighthouse. V7. Here we are. We've been here before as well, I think. The construction site is bustling with workers carrying tools, shouting orders, and hauling around loads of stone and lumber. You soon find yourselves in the way, dodging ladders and wheelbarrows, and looking for any familiar faces. Each seeker shuffles their deck and flips over a card. If any white are revealed, go to event VC. Otherwise, you're worried about interfering, you move. So we're looking for a white card. Here we go. We have a green card. That is not white. Can confirm. Okay, that was Core. What about Roland? We have red, so we still don't manage to achieve anything over here, which is a bit disappointing. Oh, that was meant to go and be discarded, I think, from memory. There we go. Okay, so that was our 2 actions. Our third action is going to go to the inn and have a little sleep. So let's keep this up here. We're going to V1, but I don't think there is a V1 anymore because we've already done it. I'm just checking. You stay the night sleeping in the exploration phase. Your city action's over. Otherwise, go to the map. So I'm just going to quickly remind myself of what happens when we sleep. Because we don't do it very often. So shopping, selling trophies at bounty houses. We haven't done that. We have kept all of the tokens of the things we've killed. Sleeping at inns. When you visit an inn and city action, you'll typically be offered the opportunity to sleep at an inn. We know that this doesn't cost us any money. The option to sleep at an inn, you may have to pay coin. Sleeping at an inn allows you and your companions to remove all lingering status cards, such as exhausted cards, from your seeker deck, returning them to the correct pile. Well, let's start there. So only Roland has some, but he has 3 of them from memory. There we go. Let's just make sure there wasn't any extras. Whoops. Okay, and we'll just check for Core, but I'm pretty sure Core doesn't have any. Typically, our white cards were right at the bottom, and the next 2 out. But yeah, none there. Okay, then we're going to do our deck building. We know the rules. If we're taking out a red card, we have to replace with a red card. So we can do that. What did I say I was going to replace for you? Firebolt. So we got Firebolt there. So we're taking Firebolt out, which currently for Roland does 2 range damage and a hurt. And we are swapping it for Shot to the Knee, which does 2 range damage and 2 traps. It gives free movement, whereas this one gives block. So it is a bit of a painful one to lose, but I think that's fine. So that's Roland's build done. And then for core, we're getting rid of Crush and Guarded Strike. So there's Guarded Strike. There's Crush. We just need the other parts of the cards. There's Crush. Okay. So Guarded Strike is losing us an attack of 2, and after attacking we gain a shield and also 1 block. So that's going away. But we are getting, for that one, Blade Storm, which still has 1 block, and it's blue and green, and this one gives us a status effect when we're attacking, so that's fine. And Crush is the one that just does 1 damage, but we can discard a armor for 4 damage, which could be really useful. But the consistency of having 3 damage every time and gaining a shield seems like... I mean, these could work really well together, but I think I'm okay with this. So that goes there. You two go in here. You go here. What did I do with Guarded Strike? There it is. Now, there was one set of cards that I was interested in, and I haven't taken them, but maybe I should have done, which was these ones. So interestingly with these, they work as actions rather than a boost card. So you've got 2 action cards that you can use, and this one can be used as an instant action, I think. I'd have to just remind myself exactly what that is. But you can see here, you do 2 damage. You may instead play this action card as a 1 shield, 1 defense, 1 movement, 1 card, or 1 return the chit to the bag card, like a boost card. So you can do this at any time, or you just get 2 straight defense. Is there something here that we want to get rid of for that? I'm half tempted to say yes, but let's have a little look. We'd have to get rid of Riposte, which might be plausible. It's a blue card, or green and red card as well, but it just does 2, and instead you can play this as a 2 boost, whereas this, we're getting 2 actions for that, but we're getting the ability to get rid of chits all of the time. Let's look for Riposte. I think I'm going to shut Riposte out, and we're going to keep that. We do have various Kinfire tokens, so we're okay on that front. Why can I not find the block for Riposte? There it is. So it's a straight up block. So we're getting rid of some block, which might be silly, but we're going to add these 2 into our hand as well. I think these were the rest. No, they weren't. They were Cause. Not Cause, they were Roland's. Okay, I think that's everything. We'll get rid of these exhausted cards, and we then have rested. We're always at full health unless we're in a battle or doing some exploration. But after we've slept at an inn, we get to choose which quest we're going to do. So we have the choice of 2. We have the Stranger. Priestess Rani has asked for your help locating a lost and confused stranger who's been driven out of Vinna. When you embark on this quest, open quest 17. Or the Ring of Fire. Hierophant Selene is running late and Astanis night is expected to fall. If the lighthouse isn't finished soon, there's no telling there'll be anything left of Vinna afterwards. You must venture out to meet her. When you embark on this quest, discard all other prompt cards. So it feels like we should save this one and go on the Stranger quest. I think it makes the most sense. We've got a couple of memories here as well. One about the bombs, one about the notepad. But we are going to find quest 17. Just so you know, they come in their own little envelopes like these, little booklets, and you can see the number at the top there. Let's open this up, but we'll also get Foreller out and have a little I read that. I do just want to show you some of the things that we find in here when we do. So without giving away spoilers, what you tend to find is they all have their own little punch bag in, or punch board in, and then they have their own little deck of cards. And then if there's enemies, they have their own enemy sheets in as well. So we'll get all of this set up and ready to go. I'll find the intro on Foreller, and we'll delve into what I suspect might be some combat, but you never know.
When you return to the Kinfire Shrine, you find Priestess Rawny outside wearing long robes and a mask to protect her elven skin from the sunlight. She and a young dwarf are kneeling in the garden, clipping blossoms from a rosebush. At your approach, the priestess rises to greet you. When she hears that you'll be heading out to search for the wandering stranger, she touches each of you softly on the arm and whispers a blessing.
I'm afraid I have nothing to pay you. Our shrine is so small and barely self-sufficient. But you have my deepest thanks and Ziva's blessing.
You look past the priestess to the young dwarf behind her. Rawny smiles.
All are welcome to the shrine. Ziva's benevolent gaze falls upon all creatures. While I don't hail from these lands, I am eternally thankful that peace has found its way here. War is never Ziva's will.
To begin your search for the stranger, you head to the Lonely Lantern where you first heard mention of them. Perhaps you'll pick up the trail there.
The Lonely Lantern is mostly empty this time of day. Besides the tavern keeper sweeping in the corner, there's just a single figure, a scruffy-faced man, sitting hunched at one of the tables. He seems preoccupied with something in his hands.
Okay, so we can either speak to the tavern keeper, speak to the scruffy man, and leave to search around the area. I guess we go to 17-2.
Approaching the tavern keeper, you catch her eye.
Hello again, loves.
She leans her broom against the wall and wipes her hands on her apron.
I'm Ross, by the way. Are you looking for the meal?
Although whatever's cooking in the back smells enticing, you decline the offer and ask Roz about the stranger, mentioning Ronnie's request.
Rani's a kind-hearted soul to a fault, but she's not wrong to offer that lost lamb some shelter. Poor thing, he seems so frightened. Some of ruffians from around here chased him off, shouting and hitting at the poor creature with sticks. I watched him run off that way.
She points to the south-facing window.
There's a path in that direction the hunters use. It's hidden from view, but perhaps he found his way there. It heads east into the forest.
Okay, take memory 17A. Here is memory 17A. Roz, the tavern keeper at the Lonely Lantern, suggested the stranger may have taken a hidden path, often used by hunters. The path eventually leads east into the forest. Discard this memory at the end of quest 17. Okay, so that's that. We obviously want to speak to the scruffy man in the pub, right? So we have a choice with the scruffy man. Naz is not present, or Naz is present. Obviously, Naz in this instance is not present.
As you approach, the scruffy man startles and quickly conceals whatever he was looking at. There's a frenzied look in his eye.
What do you want from me? I haven't done anything.
You exchange looks with one another. The man is clearly hiding something.
I haven't done anything.
Okay, choose a seeker. That seeker flips 4 cards. If at least 2 are blue, you manage to get the man to talk. So we're going to use... I feel like I've got too many cards here. Hold on. Something's gone wrong. We managed to get the man to talk. So we have a white card, which does count as a blue. Let's get rid of those. We have a blue card, which does count as a blue. I guess I have to reveal the other 2. So there we go, because they all go into our discard pile, right? Okay. So you go to 17.4.
You reassure the man that he's in no trouble. You're simply trying to locate the stranger who was driven out of town. The man relaxes.
You're too late by now. Some lads already went out after him. But I did pick up the brooch that he dropped. Looks rather unique. Probably quite valuable.
He grins.
I'll give you a good deal on it. 2 coin?
Okay, we will buy the brooch for 2 coins. We've got the money, so let's do that.
Acquired from a scruffy-faced man at the Lonely Lantern, the brooch appears to be crafted from fine silver. Opening it, you find the painting of a creature covered in hair, but with wide, young eyes, like the eyes of a child. The brooch seems like something personal, something the stranger would probably like returned.
Okay. We'll tuck that up here. So we're going back to the start of this. Leave and search your surroundings is what we're doing.
Outside the Lonely Lantern, the air seems thick and humid. You take a look around and consider your options.
So we can head for high ground to survey the area. You can follow the road out of town. If you have memory 17A, go to 17.6. Do I have 17A? I do. 17.6 is where we're going.
You find the hidden path right where Roz said it would be. After a steep decline into a valley, the path leads east and disappears into a forest. Apart from Roz's suggestion, you have no evidence that the stranger came this way.
So we can head to high ground. We can follow the road out of town to check for any unusual comings and goings, or we can follow the hidden path into the forest. You know what? We've done enough investigating. Let's go to 1710. Roz wouldn't lie to us, right? Right? Roz wouldn't lie.
Following the trail, you spot signs that someone has passed this way, but the tracks are faint and hard to follow.
Okay, so each seeker flips 3 cards. You must reveal the indicated number of green to follow the tracks. We have 5 green cards in total for our 2 characters. So for 2 seekers, we are flipping 3 cards each, and we are looking for 4 greens in total. Okay, core first. We've got a red. We have a white. That's 1. We have a blue. Uh-oh, Roland, you've got a lot to do, my friend, with your 2 cards, or two greens. So we need all 3 of these to be green. Okay, that is not green. That is not green. That is green. Okay. That didn't go as well as we hoped. So if you fail, you briefly lose your way. For each green you are short, 1 seeker gains 1 exhaustion. So we were 3 short. Oh, hold on. Was the last one green? It was, right? So we're 2 short, I think. So you can have 1 and you can have 1. Okay. Afterwards, you follow the trail, go to 1711.
Corpses litter the edge of the forest. People you recognize from town. Their lips and fingernails are blue, and some of their necks are scratched and bleeding. It appears they died clawing at their own throats. Otherwise, there are no signs of a struggle, and the forest seems deathly quiet. Searching the bodies, you find some useful things.
Okay, so we get a copper treasure pack, but we'll open it, but we won't pay too much attention to it right now, because obviously from our point of view, we want to we can't build our decks with them. We have Bait the Trap, we have Flank, we have Solid Blow, and we have Well-Timed Blow. This one's really strong for Roland, so maybe one we want to add, but we'll tuck those over there, and I'll keep that over here. Okay, and what happens after that? We get 1712.
You don't know what you're about to find in these woods. You pause to take stock of your gear. You need to be ready for anything.
Okay, so we gain 1 fate token, and we've already got 3 lined up and 2 now in reserve. Each seeker may swap out 1 action card and its accompanying boost. You must follow the normal deck building rules. So the only question is, do we want any of these? Bait the Trap. After attacking, search the bag for another seeker's chit and draw it. That seeker takes the next turn. That seems pretty important. +2 if there's another seeker in your space. So this could do 4 damage. Solid Blow, 3 damage straight up with melee. And then Well-Timed Blow again. Okay, let me quickly dive in and we'll see if there's anything we want to change out here. Okay, so we are back. The only one we've actually put into Core's deck is Bait the Trap, which after attacking allows you to search the bag for another chit and use it. We've shuffled all of our cards back into our deck. We are going to, if you have memory 17D, go to 1713. What's this one? This is 17B. This is 17A. We do not have it. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to 1714.
The silence is broken by the sound of creaking. 2 of the trees seem to be separating from the rest, lumbering towards you with heavy steps. The smaller one, walking on splintered legs, is coated in mushrooms. The other swings a massive log fist as it walks. A voice cries out from above in a strange language as a metal ball smashes into the larger of the beasts. The very stranger you were looking for is now providing you with cover fire from high in the branches.
Okay. So, if you have memory 17C, let's do the rest of the setup first. Open the atlas to map 21 and put ally 17A in play. Here you go. This is our little buddy, the stranger. You've been sent to find help for sent to find and help the stranger. But now it is he who is helping you. Sheltering high in the foliage above the tree beasts, the stranger shoots metal pellets with his sling as he leaps from branch to branch. The tree beast with the most health suffers 2 damage. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. But then it goes on to say, if you have memory 17E, place overlay 17A on Deathcap. We don't. If you have memory 17C, we don't. Otherwise, you are caught off guard. Go to 1716. Okay. So this is 1716. This is our setup. So what have we got? We've got our 2 enemies here. Okay, we'll tuck them just up here for now. Let's make sure. I'm just going to get these the right way around. Then I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so that goes there. Right. So we have our little bag of tricks of tokens that are going to come out, and we're going to tuck these in the appropriate places. So you have a darkness up here. Oh, interesting. These are passive ones, I think. So we want 1, 2, and 3 here. And we want 4, 5, and 6 here. Then we want 7 and 8 here, along with the darkness token. And then we want, I'll just bunch this over just a tad. And then we want 9, 10, 11 here. And then the ally, wherever they are, goes here. And he's on a 12 from the looks of things. Okay, so that's all of those set up. We'll zoom in and have a read of those in a second. But what did I say? If the Seeker is defeated, you lose the battle, go to 17, 17. If the tree beasts are reduced to 0, go to 17, 18. Okay, so where are they going? So this one is going here. And this space has got +1 block and versus range. So you're in there. And this one is going, this is Treefist, is going down here. And again, you've got block versus range as well. Okay. Where are we coming in from? Right here. Okay, good. Let's swap those around just for a second. And you, Deathcap, is the nearest Seeker. So we'll put this on Roland. Sorry, on Core. And this one is the nearest as well. So we'll put that on Core as well. Okay, we should have a read of the enemies and what they're planning on doing. Hopefully you can see these. So this one here, this is Treefist. He has 26 health. We'll tuck that below there just so you can see that. The wood of the tree beast is naturally damp, making it difficult to burn or damage. Before triggering one of Treefist's active abilities, discard the top status from that ability. If there are no statuses on it, discard on it to discard, Treefist gains 1 health, not to exceed his starting health. On this one, Treefist is going to attack for 8. Before attacking, Treefist refocuses but does not move. So if we can somehow keep our distance from Treefist, we might be okay. This one down here, the tree beast bends forward, swiping smaller fists into its target. So 4 damage. So 8 is an awful lot, obviously. And then we've got old Deathcap over here. And Deathcap is the wood of tree beast is naturally damp. So we know that before triggering, it's going to do exactly the same thing. With a wet, flatulent sound, the tree beast expels a cloud of musty spores. The smell is acrid and intense. So if it does this, it's going to do 1 damage plus 2 hurt plus a stun. The attack is this attack also targets all adjacent spaces. Holy crap. And then down here with a loud creak of wood, the crab-like tree beast moves forward to smash its front claw into its target. Before attacking, Deathcap refocuses and does 4 damage. Okay. Sounds pretty brutal. And then we've got our little dude here. So tree beast with the most health suffers some damage. So you're down to 24 to begin with. And you start on 22. Old Deathcap, or whatever your name was. There you go. So you're on 22. And we start over here. Okay. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else for us to read. I think we just dive into the bag as it goes. I'm just going to tuck these cards here so you can see what I'm doing. We'll tuck our lantern cards here. We'll put our decks here. Just move you over slightly. There you go. And we'll tuck you here. Okay, I think we're all good. It would be nice. Let's have a look at the map. So if we go into any of these spaces, we are trapped, or we get a trap or a stun. So it'd be nice to be able to push them around a bit, but I don't think I've got many cards that allow me to do that. Right, our bag is all set up. Let's get into it, shall we? Our first one is the darkness. Oh, good. I'll tuck you here, because this is where you live. We'll move these out of the way. Okay. So, darkness is this one here. With a wet, flatulent sound, the tree beast expels a cloud of musty spores. Does 1 damage So it's going to move. And it's going to do, you know what? We haven't dealt our cards. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should do that just in case we can stop it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because ideally, I don't really want to get hit straight away with what that's about to hit us with, because it's pretty rough. Okay. Have we got anything good here? Oh, I think I needed to shuffle these properly because they're all action cards. Hold on. I sorted them out into action and boost cards so we could make sure we were able to build our deck properly, and then didn't shuffle them. So hopefully now we're in a better place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll just do the same over here. Feels like there's more than 20 cards here. Oh, I guess there is a couple because we've got an exhaustion and that, but okay, we really want the ability to redraw a chit and then not get a 7 or 8 or a darkness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what's Core got? So Core has Helpful Hand. We can absolutely redraw if we wanted to. 2 Helpful Hands and Exhaust. Okay. And Roland has not many action cards that are helping us a huge amount, but I think we're going to spend 1 helping hand to put this back in the bag and draw again. Because we'd really like to start with us. It is us. It's Roland. Our boy Roland is up. Tuck those out of the way and put Roland over here. Roland, what you got for us? So we obviously want to be standing away from each other. Don't know if I really want to put Roland down here in harm's way, but okay. So I really want to deal with this, I think. So I'm going to use Meteor Throw. But before I do that, I'm going to use Leech Charm, which is while this card's in play, each time an enemy discards a status, they suffer 1 damage. I'm going to tuck this. I'm going to tuck this over here to try and remind myself that that is in play. So we know that's happening. Then, Test of Metal. All enemies suffer 1 damage per status effect. Well, we haven't got any just yet. We're going to use Meteor Throw, which is Roland calls up his inner fire, sweat rolling down as he struggles to contain it. He does 3 damage. He gains the focus, which I'm not so keen on, but that's fine. We're going to take 3. We're going to do 3 damage and apply a hurt to old Deathcap, and we're going to put it on this one. We are going to move him 1 space into here, so he gets a trapped, and let's put it on this one as well. We are going to move down here. The focus moves from Core to us, and that is that card done. Do we have any boosts that we want to apply? Yes, we're going to apply 1 boost to make this 4 damage. So you're down to 18 health. Not a bad start. Do I want to do Test of Metal? This would be a free action, but perform another action after this one, so I can't do it this turn. We've only got 1 action card, but we do have an action card, so that's the end of that. We are delving back into the bag. Here we go. Okay, it is a 2. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Well, we needed some armor, so Roland gets 1, 2, Core gets 3 armor. Roland gets 1 armor. Okay. This is really bad. You're moving here. And then you are going to attack for 8. Before attacking, Treefist refocuses but does not move. So he's still going to refocus on the nearest seeker. We're still 1 away, so we'll treat it as though we are. Nothing happens. That's great news. I'm going to tuck this. I'll keep it over here. We'll try and remember what's come out. Next, we have a heart. So we can choose who goes. Now, I don't really want to go up here and step into the same space, so maybe that was a bit silly. I do have pierced defenses, which is ranged and does 3 damage. So maybe I want to do that. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to use pierced defenses. It's 3 damage. We'll do it to Deathcap again, I think. Or do I step down here and hit this one? While he's up there, do we do that, or do we just focus on him and try and get rid of him? I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is here. You know what? Let's just shoot at this dude. So we're going to attack for 3. Do we get any boost? You've got this, so we'll boost us. We can draw or discard a card. I am going to discard my exhausted. We are doing 3 damage to this one. The focus comes back. We are going to move, and we do 3 damage. So you're down to 15, buddy. How do you feel about that? Right, back in the bag we go. It is a 3. So 3 is the big painful attack. Not great. You're not going to move though, right? Before attacking, Treefist refocuses but does not move. Love that. Okay, getting all of those out early is great. We need a 1. No, we've got core. Oh, okay. Core, what are you going to do? Okay, we're going to move into this space with you. Oh, you had... No, you didn't have block. Great. Okay, glad we didn't attack you. We're going to use Defending Blade, which means we do 3 damage, and after attacking, we gain an armor. We're doing 3 damage. You are going to grant us another move after this, because it's a red card. So we're doing 3 damage. We're getting the focus, and then we're able to move. So 3 damage to you brings you down to 21. Okay. Oh, I guess you shouldn't have taken... No, you should have taken 2 damage because it said it at the beginning, right? And then we're going to move back out. So let's move back here. Here. For now. Okay, that's us done. Don't know if being in the same space is wise, but we're done. Next up, we have number 1. That's fantastic news. All of these have gone. So he's not doing any of the big attack, which is great. Next up, we have Roland. Roland only has 1 action card. This is a free action. He's going to take it, which is all enemies suffer 1 damage per status on them. So he's got 2, so you're going to take 2 damage, 1 and 2. And then that's the end of your turn. Are you going to move? No, you're going to stay where you are, I think. Okay, so these go here. We then have to draw up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when we do, we get our lantern card into our hand. Love that. You know what? You are going to move. Yeah, you are going to move. No, you're going to stay here. Okay, so that's you done. We're back in the bag. We have number 7. Number 7 is under here. So first things first, you are not going to move. While you do not move, oh no, it's this side. With this ability triggers, discard this card. The enemy cannot move this turn, so that's great. And then you take 2 damage for being hurt. So you're down to 11. But then you would attack. There's no one in range, so we're all good there. This attack also targets all seekers adjacent. There is no one. Okay, back in the bag. We have Core. Core is up. Core is going to use Earth Blood Vial, which is you and another seeker in your space gain 1 armor. So we'll take that and we'll put this here. But the problem we've got is we've only got one action card. Have you got anything that can help us boost anything is the question. Not really. Okay. So I think you're just going to hold on to this for now. And that's going to be your whole action, but you are going to move here. Okay, back in the bag we go. We have core again. I'm not sure this is that wise, but we are going to move into the same space here. And we are going to attack for 2. We don't have anything to boost it with. So this is 2 damage. You're down to 19. And that's all I can do. So you now have to redraw. So you're going to have free boost at the end of this. Sorry, free armor at the end of this because you go down. And you draw up to 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And your lantern is now with us as well. What have you got here? So your lantern we know is adamant. We've got sweet balm. We've got return a chit to the bag. We've got taunt. We've got bloodstorm. We've got bait the trap. And we've got vengeance. Okay, all good. Let's dig in again. We have darkness. So darkness is fine. So you're going to take this. You're going to move 1 space. Doesn't matter where. Oh no, this is bad, actually. Let's move you back. We are going to replace this and redraw using our token here. Okay, we have Roland is up. Okay, Roland. This is interesting. Distribute 3. So Roland's purity. After attacking, distribute 3 statuses of your choice among your targets as you see fit. So that would indicate we can put them anywhere, right? Okay. We are going to take the Lucky Beard Comb and we are going to use it as a free action to give 1 enemy 2 weak. We're going to put that on you again, I guess. Okay. Do we do that? That's what I'm going to do. And then don't really want to move into that space, but okay, we're going to use Purity, which is 3 damage. Can we boost it? No. We're going to use Purity, which is 3 damage to Treefist. So you're down to 16. And we get to distribute 3 statuses of your choice. Oh, I forgot about this bit at the top. Before triggering one of Deathcap's active abilities, discard the top status. So we probably should have, we definitely should have got rid of some of those. Let's give, because we put some on you, right? You were trapped in that, so you wouldn't have been trapped. I've made a bit of a critical error. I'm going to give you 4 health back in that instance, and I'm just going to try and remember it. So having individual statuses on these isn't wise. I'm going to put 2 here and 1 here, with that being the case, I think. Okay, let's do that. We'll just have to remember it going forward. Okay. I am going to dig in the bag. I'm going to use a fate token to draw out 4 tokens, I think. What have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we've got a choice of all of them. Oh, hold on. We hadn't finished over here, right? So With this was a ranged attack. We still have a move. I think we just stay where we are, but the focus is over here now. Okay. Oh, Roland's on way too much health. We haven't taken any damage yet, but he should only be on 15. Okay. I think we're going to put all of these back and we're going to let Core go. Core is going to use Bait the Trap. So this is our new card. Smirking your enemy into the position so your ally can spring a trap. We are going to do 2 damage, but we are going to increase it by 2 because of Roland's card here. So we're doing 4 damage to Treefist. So that's down to 12. Then we get to dig in the bag and do that. Obviously, because they were discarding this card that I put here, they would have been losing things anyway. So it's not the end of the world that we sort of rejigged it a little bit, I think. Okay. So we are doing Bait the Trap. So now we get to dig into the bag, find a Seeker's card and use it. Seeker's chip and use it. We could have moved. I'm going to move here. And I'm going to use Adamant, which is our lantern card. So that goes away. I should find Purity, and that goes away as well. So Adamant is doing 2 damage. Before attacking, you can move your enemies into your space. Oh, you would have got 1 block from Purity, so we'll put you back up to that. Okay. So this is the problem with laying the things down, right? They cover up the tokens or the symbols. So we're doing 2 damage. We don't have anything to boost it with, but we're doing 2 damage to who are we doing 2 damage to? Who are we doing 2 damage to? So Adamant says, before attacking, move all adjacent enemies into your space. After attacking, gain 2 block per enemy target. I mean, we might as well do Treefist, right? So you're down to 11. And then we get 2 armor. 1 and 2. Okay, then I'm going to move down here. So these guys are in the same space. That was... You've still got the focus of him. We've still got the focus. No, this comes back to us. Okay. That maybe was bad. I don't know. All right, we're digging in. Here we go again. We have... Oh, this needs to go back in the bag, I think. Oh, no, that didn't need to go back in the bag. Hold on. Right, we're in again. Here we go. We've got a heart. Okay, interesting. Could be anybody, but it's definitely going to be Roland. Okay. Roland's going to move. Roland can't move far enough. Crap. Okay, it is going to be Roland. He's going to move here. And he is going to use Fireball, which is 3 damage plus a hurt. And it can be boosted. We are going to give... We're going to give Vengeance of Stone, so we're able to move an additional space. So we're moved into this one. We're attacking for 3 plus a hurt. We'll put that on you, I guess. And then... No, we'll put that over here on you. And then we're doing 3 damage to... Well, I guess it makes sense for it to still be old Treefist. 1, 2, 3, down to 8 health. Okay. But this is not great news for us, I don't think. Here we go. We have an 11. 11 is down here. So, as per their first thing, before triggering one of Deathcap's abilities, discard the top status. So we're getting rid of stunned. They take 1 damage because of our Leech's charm. And then we have 2 weak. So they are attacking for 4. They are going to move into... Hold on, we did an attack last time that would have given us focus on you. You are moving into this space. And then you are going to attack for 4, but you've got 2 weak, so you only attack for 2. And Roland has armor of 2. Oh no. Core has armor of 5, so we're going to get rid of one of those and block all of it. Love that. Back in the bag we go. We have darkness. Okay, hello darkness, my old friend. We're getting rid of these 2 stuns, so when it's your go you remove one of these and you take 1 damage, but you are still stunned, so you cannot attack. But you would move. You've already moved. You don't need to move any further. Okay, we're in. We have Roland. No one has any status effects left, which is a bit painful. That's what we were building up for. Okay. Okay, we are going to move into this space with old Deathcap. We are going to do Hammer and Tongs, which is a damage of 3. I've got nothing I can boost it with, unfortunately, so we're just doing 3 straight damage. 1, 2, 3. You're down to 5. And we're going to get to put a stunned on you. We will put it on this one down here. And that is all of those done. Okay. In the bag we go. We have a 4, which is over here. So first things first. I don't know whether when you put these on, whether they go on top or below. I think they might go below. That's quite important in this instance, right? Let's have a little look. Because obviously if they go below, they're not taking 2 damage. If it goes above, they're not taking an attack. So feels like it's quite important. When an attack with a status effect is used, when an active ability, for example, when a blah blah blah, if an attack with a status effect choose one of your enemy's active abilities, the one with it, and cover it with the status effect. Multiple status effects can be stacked. When an active ability with one or more statuses is triggered, all status cards on it take effect from top to bottom. For example, an enemy with a hurt symbol. Status effects are things that stick around for a long time. Take the card over the indicator type, turn it to the enemy side, choose one of your active abilities with one ability tag next to it and cover it with the status card. Multiple status cards can be stacked on one ability. Don't know if it says. If it is, I can't see it. So I'm going to assume we can put these in any order that we want. I'm okay with the order they're in, I think. So we pulled a, what did we pull? A 4, right? So you remove the stun. Okay, you remove the stun. You take 2 damage from the hurt. And you take 1 damage from removing the stun. So you're down to 2. Okay. But you're then going to hit us for 4. Roland has 2 block. So you're hitting us for 2. We take 2 damage. Okay, our first damage is here. Ouchie. Okay, back in the bag. We have Core is up. Okay, Core, what have you got for us? You've got Bladestorm, which would be enough to kill off that other thing. So maybe that's what we want to do. Or we have taunt, which doesn't do any, but it gives us some block. Probably not what we need. Okay, we're using Blade Storm, which is going to do 2 damage. We're going to move up here, and we're going to hit you for 2. You've got nothing to boost it with, but you go down to 0. And you will come off the board, I guess. We'll take you off the board for now. We would be applying a hurt to you, I think it was, but sorry, a weak to you, but we don't in this instance. Is there anything else we do? We stay where we are because we moved. I think that's everything. Okay, we're in the bag again. Oh no, hold on. We redistribute these tokens, right? And how do we do such a thing? Is it they all just go to the ones they're on, or is it in order? I can't remember. Moving ability tokens. When an enemy is defeated, if there are any other surviving enemies, transfer the ability tokens from the defeated enemy into the surviving enemy with a sheet to the furthest to the right. Tokens stay in the area when they were moving. So all 3 of these come over here. That's somewhat bad news, but I think most of the bad stuff had already gone, and these ones come over here. You go here, and you go here. I'd really like 12 to come out, but okay, that's... What did I pull out? We didn't pull anything out, right? Did we? I don't know. We're pulling something out now. Here we go. We've got a heart, so the track is going to reset, but we get a chance to do something. Our hands are all crap, as it turns out. We've got taunt, which doesn't help me a huge amount. You can go away. Taunt doesn't do any damage, and it would give us block, but we'd have to remove it. So I think it makes sense for Roland, but we're just going to discard this exhausted card, I think. Don't think we're going to do anything else. That's our turn. All of these go back into the bag. Disappointed that our little buddy, the stranger, didn't get to fire a ball bearing at them, but never mind. Right, in we go again. This is now trouble, I will say that. We have Core. Core is up first. Core already has the taunt, so we need to discard down to 3 armor cards. But Core is going to range attack and taunt and gain 2 armor for 0 damage. And then he's going to move over here. Over here. Yeah, why not? Okay, Roland will stay in this space just here. Okay, because this card is gone and this card is gone, we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have enough cards, so we get to reshuffle all of these. 7. Okay. See what we got. Aftershock. Vengeance of Stone. I don't even remember seeing that. Did I play it? Maybe I did play it. Maybe I'm an idiot. Okay. Right, so that's that. Although we're at range, which is going to be a bit painful, but that's fine. We also get our lantern. Okay. We're back in the bag. We have a heart. Okay. Well, it feels like it makes sense to move again and do Aftershock. So Aftershock is a ranged attack. It's going to do 2 damage and get a stun. So we'll put that on here. We know it's going to be discarded, but we'll put it on there. 2 damage, can't get any boosts from that, so you're down to 10. And I can't move or anything. Okay, we're back in the bag again. Here we go. We have a number 9, which is this one here. So before attacking, it refocuses, doesn't need to. And then it's going to move forward 1 into our space, and it's going to attack Core. Core has 5 armor. So that goes away. And we are all good. Okay, back in the bag. We have number 10, the same thing, going to attack core again. This time we have 4 armor, which is enough to defend. So we still take no damage, and we're back in the bag once more. We have core again. Okay. We're going to use Vengeance of Stone, which is a free action. Every time it moves, it's going to focus. Sorry, it's going to take a damage, and then let's use Blade Storm, which is 2 attack and then a weak. So we're going to apply a weak to you, and we're doing 2 damage. We can't boost it with anything, but you're down to 8. Okay. So that's that done. Back in the bag. We have core once more. All right. Well, we're going to do adamant then, it looks like, which is our lantern. So that's 2 attack. We can't boost it. Down to 6. And we get to gain armor per enemy attacked. So we get to gain 1 armor. Okay. In the bag we go. We have Roland, which is great news for us, really. Because Roland is going to attack for 1 damage. Oh, we need to draw up. Hold on. Because we don't have any action cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, load of action cards this time round, and we get our lantern card back again. But Roland is up. Roland's doing 1 damage plus 2 for each effect on our enemy. So we've got 2 here. So stunned goes away. Oh no, they stay there, I think. So you're doing 5 damage in total. We do not have anything to boost it with, unfortunately. So that brings you down to 1 hit point. And then Roland is going to move down here. But Roland also gains the focus. Okay. But if you have to move, you're gonna kill yourself, right? Equally, when you get your turn and if you get this action, you're going to remove a thing which is going to kill you as well. Okay, we have number 5. So number 5 is this. Before attacking, he refocuses to the nearest seeker. That's us, so you're not going to die. I got that wrong. We are going to have 4 attack against us. We've got 4 armor. We put that one there. Nothing happens. Okay. We have number 2. Number 2 is good for us because you discard the stunned, and when you do, you take 1 damage, and that is enough to kill you. Okay. What happens after that? Where's the little book? Where is the little book? So if tree beasts are reduced to 0, go to 1718. So there's a thing here that says tree beasts go to 0 and Roland is present, which he is.
Having overcome the beast, you take a moment to catch your breath. You hear a rustling from above, and then find yourselves face to face with the stranger.
Roland is somewhat able to communicate with the stranger.
Thanks, you are a gentleman and a scholar. One of Ziva's chosen, eh?
Okay, what have we got going on then? So it does say if you have the brooch, return it, go to 1719, which we do, but also it says otherwise. So we're returning the brooch, which is this one here, and we are going to 1719.
The stranger's face softens as he takes the brooch and opens it. Inside, you glimpse the image of a young creature's face. Clearly grateful, the stranger agrees to follow you. You escort him to Vinna, where Priestess Rawny takes him into her care.
Ziva blesses a good deed done without promise of reward. You've gained this poor creature's trust, and therefore mine. let me write you a letter of introduction to my friend Ilus. She runs a hostel for the church in Dinlux and can put you up for the night anytime you find yourselves in need.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. So it says, take memory 17F and 17H. So 17F is here.
To thank you for your efforts, Priestess Ronnie wrote a letter of introduction to her friend named Elos, who runs a church hostel in Dinlux. She assures you that if you ever need room and board in the city, Elos will provide it free of charge.
Okay, so we take location card D21 from this quest. Is that a thing? D21. Elos Hostel isn't much, given that it's funded by charity, but it's a roof and warm meal for some of Dinlux's least fortunate. You may pay any amount of coin, even 0, to stay the night, staying in inns. Due to the sparse accommodations, each seeker may only swap out 1 action card from their deck. If you stay the night, your city action is over. Otherwise, return to the map. Okay, so we'll tuck that up there. So that's that one. And then we've got this one here, which is 17H.
You met a stranger in the forest east of Vinna. With his help, you were able to defeat the deadly tree beast. Though you never learned his name or where he was from, you now consider the stranger a friend and hope he finds a place to call home.
Thank you, truly.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's that one done. End the quest. You gain 3 city actions. So we're done again. That wasn't so bad, you know. What we do, just to explain, we take these tokens at the end of the game and we keep hold of them because we may be able to use them in various guises when we get to places. Might be able to sell them, might be able to craft things with them. We are done here. You know what? I enjoyed this one. It was fairly chilled. Obviously could have gone horrendous. We got a bit of it wrong. It has been a little while since I've played, so some of it came back to us a little later than it should. Missing these obviously is going to be key to it, but I think it kind of balanced itself out because we didn't use our discard token or discard health when they take a status card off, which would have been most turns. So I think it probably worked out more or less okay, although we probably would have been attacked with the status symbol. So my fault on that one. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please do leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on it. All of those things really do help. Share the video if you can. That makes a massive difference as well. Finally, if you want to support the channel, go and check out Patreon. We have a load of content on there, including we do a campaign blog over there. I put my thoughts down after each episode and they come out at the same time as this episode. So it's up there right now and it's free. You don't have to be a member. Just go over there and you can have a little read. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hopefully we'll see you next week at the same time, same place. Thank you so much.